Hi everyone. Um, my name is VC Duncan, and I'm from Williams Lake, BC. I'm half Shuswap, half Squamish. I'm up here to tell you guys a little bit of my parents' story, my family's story, because it's important. Because this kind of pain needs to be heard. We've been silencing it for so long, and I finally had the guts to go ask them and say, hey, what had happened to you in the schools? And they told me. And I sat through stories of terror. I asked them what it was like. And this is important to me because this is a lot of pain that I carry. That I carry for my mom, my aunts, my uncles, my grandma, the women that have taught me how to live, how to respect, how to love. When they went through the residential schools, my auntie, she told me that she would wet the bed because she knew that it would keep the
Come on, V, you got this.
She knew that if she wet herself, that they wouldn't touch her, that they wouldn't rape her. And she told me that one day, one of the nuns had gotten mad at her and dragged her out by her hair to the pool that they have at the residential school, and she dunked her in the pool over and over and over again, telling her that if you want to get wet, this is how you're going to get wet. If you want to get wet, this is how you're going to get wet. And all my aunt was trying to do was not get raped at 6 years old. My mom told me that when she went into assimilation, into foster care, into the 60s group, that she was made to sleep in a basement on the dirt floor in a potato sack, and she was raped by her foster dad, and she was forced to work on the farm. Do you know what that's like for me to carry? Do you know what it's like to watch your family kill themselves with addiction because of what happened to them in the schools, and hear the stories when they're drunk, when they're high, when they don't know what's going on because they're so scared of the world. They don't know what they're doing. My aunt told me that one of my other aunts went through the residential school and she kept one of the babies that the priest gave her. These same priests would burn the babies in their furnace in this white house that they had built just outside of the schools. This is the kind of stuff that happened in the residential schools. This is the kind of truth that the government doesn't want you to hear. This is the kind of pain that I have to bear. And it's not, I don't just bear that pain. I bear the pain of a broken home because of the residential schools. And I've been trying to fix it over the years. I quit drinking. I quit doing, I got off the street. I'm no longer staying at a homeless shelter. No longer hopping from couch to couch. Because that's what these schools have done to me. They took my identity. They took who I am. So I've spent most of my life lost.
Be proud of who we are. I'm Nita, and I know what you're talking about. We stand with you. Amen. Yes, we do.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Thank you. I need to finish. This is important. So not only do I have these horror stories and these struggles, but I deal with racism all over Alberta, all over, throughout my life, throughout this country, from Williams Lake to Vancouver to fucking Winnipeg. I've been all over this country, and people look at me different. They treat me different. I put on this big, scary gangster act because I'm afraid. I don't want you people to be afraid of me. I'm just scared because I'm hurt. And the way we deal with these problems, it needs to change. We need to change our systems. We need to change our welfare systems, our policing systems. We need to change our mental health systems. This is what needs to happen. We need to come together as a people and tell these stories and hear these hurts, because it's trauma that we're dealing with. It's trauma that I was dealing with. It's trauma that I was running from in my addiction. Not just my trauma, but the genetic trauma that's in my DNA. The trauma that my mom and my grandma, my aunts all went through when they saw the terrible things that they saw in the residential schools. I'm up here talking for them. Because they taught me how to be, how to live. I just got lost in my pain and hate for the residential schools and for white people, for everyone, and for myself the most. I didn't find myself until I went to an Indigenous treatment center. I went to 5 different treatment programs. I went to ADAX day programs. I went to dual diagnosis programs, and it didn't click in until I found me, a part of me that I'd lost, a part of me that I'd been ashamed of for so long, because that's what the schools taught me. That's what the schools taught my family, to be ashamed of what I am. I'm a fucking Indian, and if you don't like the word Indian, tell them to take it off of my status card.